Most people think they just need to learn some software and they are ready to work in a professional setting. Well, I've got two words for you. Something that a lot of people lack nowadays. If you want to work in a professional setting or even just want to be a civilized human being, unless you're an extraterrestrial who I'm sure have better soft skills than most Homo sapiens, so you better take a look at this list I will be covering in this video. As a VFX animation student, most of you want to get into your dream companies the minute you finish your education. You learn all the tools, all the software, you've done all the projects, and you've been through so many system crashes and have witnessed life dangerously close to the gates of hell. But when you get there, I mean the VFX industry and not hell, well, the moment you step into the VFX industry, there are professionals more experienced than your age. And there are meetings and deadlines and discussions and performance reviews and whoa, what is happening? No one told me about all these things. I thought I just need to learn the software and I'll get a job. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but soft skills are as essential as hard skills. In this dog-eat-dog world, you won't be able to survive by just knowing how to work your mouse around your favorite software. I know it's a struggle, and that is why we are going to talk about everything you need to survive the cruel and vile world of VFX that doesn't stop for anyone. Jobs and deadlines go hand in hand. As a student who has just stepped into the corporate world, it can be hard to keep up. If you want to be good at time management so that you can ace your deadlines, you can start now. So set your deadlines and see if you can meet them. Choose a project and set a date to finish it. Let's say you gave yourself 3 days to finish a project. Maintain a logbook where you can write down all the things you did that day. Write down the setbacks you faced and what you did to overcome them. Write down which tasks took more time and study why you couldn't meet a deadline. This way, you can see where you are going wrong and then you can prioritize your tasks accordingly. Time management does not just mean deadline management. As an employee, you need to focus on deadlines and finish your tasks on time so that you leave enough time for yourself, because no matter what anyone says, personal life is important too. Yes, I'm talking about work-life balance. Something that seems almost extinct in today's world. But you need to make sure you do not confine yourself to that reclining chair your whole life. Set your work stuff separate and don't let it interfere with your personal life. Give yourself and your loved ones time so that you can relax and have fun and live life and enjoy the smell of the earth after rain and look at beautiful things like flowers, trees, clouds, and sports cars. So basically, things that are not your monitors. Your first job can be really exciting. But after you've spent some time in your job, it is essential to look back and plan where you're going in your life. What are your goals? How much time are you spending on something that you're really passionate about? Creative jobs can be soul-sucking too, trust me, and it is very easy to stay stagnant in your comfort zone for years, which is why you need to introspect and design your next steps. How much time did you spend in this company? Are your goals still the same? What should you do next to reach another step on your ladder to your dreams? Plan your short-term or long-term goals and make sure you're spending your skills on things that are worth your time. VFX in the animation industry is one of the fastest evolving industries with high tech and futuristic concepts. This industry always tries to reinvent itself by pushing boundaries and creating innovative novel methods to make jaw-dropping visuals. With an industry that is always on a treadmill making innovative concepts every single day, problems that need fast and concrete solutions are not new. This is where problem solving comes into place. And as a student, how can you learn this? By trying different kinds of art styles and concepts. Try to create new things every day. Put that mind to work and let your creative juices flow. New problems need new solutions, and the way you can learn to problem solve is to keep making novel things and try to solve all the problems it brings you. You have to realize that the more problems you face, the more you level up. And issues in projects are never a setback, but not wanting to solve the issues or giving up can be. Be adaptable to changes, because that is where an artist's growth really comes from. All the world's AI tools are of no help if you cannot effectively communicate your ideas or your problems. When you're working in a group, it is important to understand not everyone will be on the same page and may not completely understand where you're coming from. You may have to explain something several times until they get it, or try to find analogies or easier explanations. So it is important to not lose your cool and maintain professionalism. When working in a team, there is a high chance of conflict because of the obvious differences of opinions. This is where you have to maintain your calm. Being polite goes a long way, so put that nice behavior to work. When it comes to your work, you will get a lot of feedback, especially if you're a junior or a fresher. Since it's your first job and you're still learning the ropes, you need to have an open mind and not take feedback personally. Because it's not about you, it's only about your work which you can improve. Keep your emotional intelligence in check and accept feedback gracefully. After all, it will only help you in your growth. Be a good listener. By truly listening to others, you can put yourself in their shoes and try to understand their perspective. This encourages empathy and helps in creating a supportive and compassionate environment. The most underrated skill. I call it a skill and not a mindset because we usually mistake being optimistic as always being this very happy person, even in dire situations, seeing the good in bad and spreading positivity all around. When in fact, it's more like rising from the ashes every time you're incinerated. Optimism is not about not letting yourself fall into a black hole of despair, but getting up every time you fall into that hole. Find solutions to your problems and view setbacks as lessons, because only then you can move forward. When in a production pipeline, you will face many issues. You need to push through them and come out as a winner. This will boost your confidence and push others in your team to thrive. Before I conclude the video, here are some obvious workplace etiquette rules that seriously so many people have forgotten. Be nice, especially to your juniors. You were as clueless as they are when you started out, so be nice to them. Respect your colleagues and do not pry into their personal lives, aka keep your nose on your face and not in other people's business. Do not gossip. Do not badmouth anyone. Don't be a sexist. Don't be a racist. Don't be a homophobe. Don't be someone who thinks Marvel is better than DC. Don't be all of these things. I'm going to end my video right here, champs. Hope you found something useful in here. Check out my other videos on this channel if you want to. And I'll see you again. This is CG with T signing off. And don't be someone who watches a video without subscribing.